It's a bunch of crazy stories written by the Brothers Grimm. And now you're gonna learn all about them, listening to the Brothers Dim.
Students and scholars, friends and relations, welcome to the Brothers Dim podcast, a podcast in which we look into the magical and slightly child-endangering tales curated by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm in the early 19th century in what was, just barely if not quite yet, the country of Germany. Including this week's tale, Story 79, The Water Nixie. My name is Phil.
And my name is Mike.
Mike, how are you now?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm happy we're finally getting some nice cool weather. Almost harvest time, though my harvest this year is kind of garbage.
Uh-oh.
Look, corn, I mean, I do fine. I can just go to the grocery store. The corn didn't do great. The squash grew and flowered, but did not fruit.
Huh.
I think I maybe had a handful of beans over the course of the summer. So my three sisters' garden did not grow at all. So I think maybe I think I realized you need more space to do that. But I figured I'd at least be overrun with squash. But
yeah, is this first year for all three of these?
Yeah,
I'd say let them go another year or two. You might well be inundated. We've got string beans that go nuts. It's
possible. I did get a lot of hot peppers this summer.
Oh, good.
Or this year. So maybe that's what I try for next year. Just hot peppers. And the hotter, the better. The original peppers from hell is what I think we'll do a little bit better.
Nice.
But speaking of hell, is that where this week's tale takes place?
Maybe.
We don't get a lot of fiery hells in
no
in Grimm. Hell is usually just like a town or two over.
Yeah.
Because, hell is other people. Hell is your neighbors.
Just send you over there. Because you don't know what's over that hill.
No, probably hell. I've never been over there. What am I going to walk a mile? Yeah. Fuck you. So usually just the town over, and also not the first time we've seen someone go down a well in these books.
Just goes right back to the first story.
It really does. Do you have a grade?
I gave this one a straight D. I know I'm feeling pessimistic lately. I don't know if I'm just in a slump, but yeah, I think last week was somewhere in the D's. So this is a flat D.
Okay.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, I gave it a C. It had some interesting imagery, but that's about it, I thought. Though, may as well dive in. Mike, if you don't mind, and without further ado, I will run us through the plot of the very short tale, Grimm Story 79, The Water Nixie.
Please do.
Once upon a time, brother and sister are playing by a well, and they fall in, like so much baby Jessica.
Womp womp.
And inside the well was a Water Nixie, who says, well, now you both work for me. The Water Nixie sets about having the girl fetch water in a bucket with a hole, and have the boy chop down a tree with a blunt axe. And all they had to eat were dumplings, but they weren't very good.
They're hair dumplings.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the kids think to themselves, they think, this sucks. So they wait until one Sunday when the Nixie goes to church and they dip. And then when the Nixie comes back from church, she starts booking after him. She sees him down the road. So they see her. The girl throws a hairbrush behind them, which turns into a giant field of spikes. A giant hairbrush, I guess. And the Nixie gets past that. The brother throws his comb, which turns into a great hill of comb teeth again. So difficulty, she scrambles past that. Then the girl throws her mirror, which turns into a giant mirror hill. And it was very slippery. And the Nixie can't get past it. So she heads on home to go get her axe to bust up the mirror hill. But by the time she gets home, enough time's passed. The kids are far enough away. She just fuck it. And she lets them go. The end.
Can't find good help anywhere these days.
You certainly can't kidnap it. Do you have a moral for this morass of a tale?
I don't. I've got nothing here.
Weird things happen if you fall down a well.
I'd buy that.
I guess. I mean, again, we can not to harp on this, but we can ask baby Jessica if we ever get the chance. Which you can do because she didn't die. She lived a grand old life, I believe. But not these kids.
Still kicking, last I knew.
I can almost guarantee that if that woman died, 100% we would hear about it.
Oh yeah, totally.
It would be everywhere. Like
that'll be the cover of People magazine at least.
Yeah. The magazines at the grocery store aisle would have a whole field day with it. They've got that ready. They're
like the pre-written obituaries.
Oh yeah, like the day after Queen Elizabeth died.
Yep.
There was just a million of those things that came out. The life of Queen Elizabeth. But
to jump back a second, for our listeners who are not Gen X, baby Jessica was, what was she, 2?
2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3, fell down a well somewhere in the Midwest. like a dry well, but it was like 2 feet across, maybe.
Yeah,
It was just
really,
like it was just like a hole in somebody's backyard.
yeah, it was.
And it was like a 48 to 72 hour ordeal of like rescue workers from around the country trying to get this kid out of the well. They drilled sideways and all sorts. Like the soccer team that got stuck in that cave, stuff like that. It was like
Yeah,
the first instance of that, at least as
It-
far as we remember.
that's as far as I definitely as far as I remember. And it was a very different time. It was a very different media landscape. So that was we were talking about, there was only there weren't as many channels.
Right. Yeah.
I know, like
this is all there was to talk about.
Any youngins that be listening to this podcast have
Yeah, what was
probably
that?
heard numerous times.
Was that 86?
And I wasn't very old because she wasn't that much. She wasn't that much younger than I was. I remember. I gotta remember.
87, October 14th, 87. Oh, it's almost the anniversary.
Oh boy, maybe we will see that People magazine.
Oh,
After
yeah,
all.
she's 39. She was
Um,
18 months.
Yeah. Oh wow. What the hell was she doing in a field? Maybe it was there. I don't know.
Who
You know
knows?
what? Doesn't matter. It's again different landscape.
Yeah, but anyway, that's who Baby Jessica was.
I digress. My alternative moral: running away from your problems works just fine. Works out
Sometimes
for
it just
these
works
kids.
out. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just got to leave.
And just leave. If you're in a job you hate, you can just leave. You don't have to put up with this bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't you just sharpen the axe? Like, and if your boss is like, no, I want you to do it with, I want you to make it dull.
Got to do it the hard way, like I
Good.
did.
I did it. I never sharpened an axe, so you don't get to do it either.
Clearly.
I thought we could talk about what a Nixie is.
Yes. I had to look it up.
Yes, I did too. Well, the story doesn't have much to say on the matter. Or,
Not at all. It just makes the assumption you know.
yeah. Holy hell, is there a lot of information about Nixies? At their core, they are a water spirit that can transform into all sorts of forms, including one that I liked a lot. A very pretty horse who seems quite gentle, but if you ride it, it won't let you get off and charges to the bottom of a lake where you drown.
I did not come across that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, it was a good one. And generally in Germany, it was a bit of a mermaid type of thing who would lure people to drowning. Jacob Grimm, in fact, wrote about the Nixie in a separate an article about just as a type of water sprite who love music, song, and dancing. So like sirens, Nixie by her song draws listening youth to herself and then into the deep. They can appear human, but have the barest hint of animal features. So a little bit beastie, and they had elfin ears.
Yeah.
The woods in Germany have a lot going on in there.
There's lions, there's Nixies,
Crabs, all sorts of ghosts, kings, but
witches in trees.
wandering around. This one was more just of a jerk than a real.
Yeah. Wasn't like, didn't kidnap, but didn't let them go.
It was just like, oh, I've got you now. It's time for chores. Yes,
And then you can do your homework.
All kids hate chores, but you know who hates chores even more? Adults.
That's true. That's why we have kids.
Yeah, exactly. To do chores. So you know who gets to do chores? To teach
Kids?
them something. You know why you want to teach something to someone about character. Know what I'm talking
Prisoners?
about, yeah. Well, now, sure. Yeah,
Kind of the same. I have a question.
Yes.
How do 2 kids both fall down a well?
I think one kid falls down the well and the cycle continues.
Fucking idiots.
This
This is why we don't. This is why we can't have wells anymore.
I think that the only reason there weren't 2 or 3 kids down that well with baby Jessica was because the diameter was so small that only the toddler could fall down. But they would have tried desperately to save their friend.
You know what they should have done is just like lower another 18-month down the hole to get the clever Elsie with the cheese down the hill.
You could do that. I will say this though. I having a kid that's almost 3, not quite 2, and I remember when he was a year and a half. There's no chance. I can barely get this kid to understand instructions now, let alone when he was a year and a half old. And nothing against him; he's a smart kid.
Yeah,
But-
I suppose there's not a lot of upper body or grip strength there either.
No, there's
Can't tie a knot.
There's some grip, but yeah, they don't know how to tie a knot. And
Yeah.
they're not gonna. It's gonna be dark down there. They're gonna just nope out. That's what they're gonna do. No, I don't want to go in the well.
I went down a
ATU
well. Your grandfather went down a well. Everybody went down wells. Now it's your turn. Get in the well.
It'll be fun. The Virgin Mother Mary is down there, I'm sure.
Probably.
ATU Type 313, the girl helps the hero flee.
What?
I know. I thought so too, but it's just like the last paragraph of the thing is where the only thing that, other than like, because I don't know if there is an ATU type, like, I don't know, two dipshits fall down a well.
Who the fuck's the hero?
The girl, I think.
Well,
She throws two things.
The ATU type is the girl helps the hero flee.
Oh, okay.
Implies the brother's the hero.
I guess because he's a boy. That's misogyny, everyone, and we disagree with it here at the Brothers Dim.
Sure, officially.
And you can quote me on that.
Yeah.
And I don't like misogyny. Anyway, okay, yeah. Girl helps the hero flee, and then turns pretty classic pretty quick. He said, "It's one of we've seen this before, right? The story where you run away, and either you or the land transforms all around you."
Yes.
Sweetheart Roland being the classic example, and a mere few a couple weeks ago, the Pink.
Yeah. Yep.
By the way,
yes,
I did find, and I was very excited about this. This story does indeed have a grim fairy tale classic dedicated to it. I was hoping, if you don't mind, that I could just go through the bullet points of the changes.
I mean, you got to turn this one in like 22 minutes. So
yes, from the faraway country of Japan comes the anime grim fairy tale classics, and as always, they saw the story and A, put a Japanese twist on it, but B, had to add a bunch of things because they had to fill time.
Yeah,
so it's not a 22-minute story.
And it's an 80s cartoon.
Oh man, is it? So bullet point change: not a boy and a girl, but a married fellow who's so poor that he runs off to kill himself in a lake.
What?
But he meets the Water Nixie. So she pays him a chest of gold in exchange for his firstborn son when that kid is firstborn. So he agrees. A few years later, wife gives birth to a boy. They named Sean, and here comes the Nixie, but they stay away from the pond. So more years pass. Mom dies, dad dies. And on his deathbed, he tells Sean to stay away from that pond.
By the way.
Yeah. You know the pond it's like about a mile into the woods. Don't go near that pond. Nixie Pond, we call it.
You're supposed to live there.
Yeah. I sold you for a bunch of treasure at one point. Sean's married at this point though, and he has a son named Chico, but he goes a hunting, strays near the pond to shoot a deer, and boom, he gets sucked into the pond. So Heidi, the wife, she goes looking for him, leaving baby Chico to die, I guess, because we never see that baby again. Never run off.
Wait, I thought Heidi went to go find him.
Heidi went to go find. Okay, no. So Chico is the son's son.
Yeah.
So the first boy was Sean. That was the promised boy.
Yeah. That's now the father.
Now he's got a father named Chico. Sean goes hunting one day, and the Nixie grabs him. So now it's Heidi and the son.
I thought. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, yeah, okay. Anyway, she goes to the pond. It leaves the baby to die. She gets sucked into the water as well. Under the water, she meets an old woman who gives her a few tasks, of which she fails all of them. One is comb your hair near the pond. Don't lose the comb. And Heidi loses the comb almost immediately. Number 2, then she's back at the bottom of the water. Number 2, use the spinning wheel. Don't stop. But then she sees Sean and stops spinning and yeets the wheel into the pond. Finally, she decides to kill herself, even though
a lot of suicide in this.
It is. She decides to kill herself too, even though she's got, a very nice baby Chico at home. But old lady comes back one final time. She gives her a golden ocarina to play. She says, but seriously this time, don't lose this. So of course she immediately does. They both get sucked down. She finds Sean.
Yeah.
At the bottom thing. But they say the old lady turns them both into frogs. They hop away and turn back to human, but they're a few towns apart. So they both just get jobs. And eventually they run into each other and kiss. The end. And then I did go back to make sure, and yeah, no, baby Chico is never mentioned again.
Still in that crib.
Still in that crib. Very much a corpse, but no explanation for what happened to that kid.
Good Lord. Cartoons were different in the 80s.
Cartoons in Japan were different in the 80s too, man. But do you have any other notes? I know you have a pitch.
I do. Okay. I have a couple questions. Where did the transformational magic?
Yeah.
The brush and the comb and the mirror, where did that come from, and why did they not employ that more readily?
As I said earlier on, I believe that they're in hell. I believe they die when they fall. When you fall down a well, you die.
Okay.
There was no country coming together to rescue these two kids out of this well.
True.
And it's on every major news media outlet. So much so that we've talked about it. Like I even said, I hope we don't talk about it again.
Yeah.
And we keep doing it.
Well,
Like I
40 years later, we're talking about it.
the kid's leg. She was split. So one leg was down, one leg was up.
Oh,
near her
right.
head.
Yeah.
I have that wedged into my brain.
Like a child in a well.
Child in a well. So yeah, I think they're just dead or dying, and but yeah, no explanation for. I know. I'll just throw my brush at this witch.
Where did it come from? The other thing is that when I went looking for information about this,
Okay.
I was fully convinced I was going to find all sorts of treatises about the symbolism of the brush, the comb, and the mirror.
Yeah.
What they represent, or, is it something to do with the fact that they are vanity items? Nothing. I got nothing. I felt like
That's
there had to be
interesting, though.
something there.
I mean, I didn't find anything either, but that's really interesting that they're vanity items. That I guess getting rid of that saves them.
Maybe
But like,
how they get out of hell. But it doesn't tie to anything else.
it doesn't.
Story.
It's not, if there's nothing textual that like even remotely that supports that.
Yeah.
So I would understand if you said, maybe though. But it is interesting that the 3 items are just items of vanity. Maybe this is another one of those. Anyone living in Germany in 1830 or whenever this 20 was put together, those 3 items. Oh, if you have one of those 3 items, you're just like you said, a vain person that is on a path.
This is in Germany's first austerity phase.
Yeah.
First of a few.
And it's only going to get more violent, folks.
But yeah, that's all I've got.
Then I would love, if you don't mind, to hear your big Hollywood pitch.
Okay, this is not a Hollywood pitch.
Okay.
This is a Wizards of the Coast pitch.
Ooh.
Dungeons and Dragons.
The brush, the comb, and the mirror thing. Immediately, I was thinking of them as spells. It's partially because I've had D&D on the brain lately.
Okay.
I say lately, like I haven't had it on the brain for the last 10 years. So there's Wall of Ice or Thorns. There's Prismatic Wall, which could be kind of like the mirror hill.
Sure.
Mirage Arcane, which can like change. It can disguise landscape that is normal to be difficult terrain or something like that. There's Entangle, which can kind of do a similar thing. There's Animate Objects or Enlarge Reduce for the actual items themselves. Anyway, so that kind of got me going. I was trying to figure out something to do with those items in particular, and I kind of let go of that. But I ended up sort of with this idea for like a one-shot campaign. Roll characters, but you have no equipment to start with. You're just in basic clothes.
Okay.
You wake up, you're in this dank, kind of damp dungeon type thing. At some point, you figure out that it's sort of like you're in the center of a labyrinth, right?
Okay.
You've been lured in there by a siren, and she's just kind of like forcing you to act as her servant. So you're just sort of doing menial chores for her, things like that. She does reveal to you that you're from somewhere else and you had a life outside of there, but the lair forces them to forget, or she forces you to forget.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you don't know the way out and you can never regain your memories.
Okay. Sounds quite like hell, perhaps.
Could be.
Could be. Okay. Anyways, go on. Okay. So,
so then I was like, they have to have some sort of motivation or point in the right direction. But basically, like the siren will go away for time to time, which gives them an opportunity to sort of venture out, try to map out the maze, find bodies of other adventurers, start to amass some weapons and armor or, spell scrolls.
Sure.
But there's got to be a mechanic. So they have to get back to the center of the maze without her noticing, before she gets back from church or whatever. And they've got to be able to also hide the things that they find. If they get caught out or if they get caught with some of this contraband, then she's going to wipe their memories again. And that's when they realize, like, they don't know how long they've been here. They don't know how many times they've ventured out in the maze and how much they've learned, because the last time they woke up was the last time they got wiped. But yeah, so like past checks and tense moments to get back to the center before she finds out. They have to hide things that they've found. Eventually they start to sort of build up in strength, maybe start to remember skills that they'd had before. They level up sort of, like the characters level up in secret.
Sure.
If they do get caught, then they get bumped back to level 1 and all this stuff is gone. in order for the characters to forget, I need the players to forget. So sort of like reset the map on the players. Maybe they don't do it in a session. And maybe it's frustrating for players. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think there could be a seed there to try to.
No, that, it actually sounds kind of neat because what it sounds like is a bit of a, it's melding a roguelike with a D&D session, which would be tricky, not tricky, but like, I think it would, well, no, you know what I'm going to say, it would be, I think it would be tricky to do, but if you could do it right, it would be like a really cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to all be stealth too. I mean, there could be henchmen around where they could use role play, persuasion or
sure. That's what I'm saying. Like with a roguelike, you can, because the players there, you can't wipe people's memories. Whoever's coming over to your house, you can't wipe their memories. So they would maintain that.
Yeah, but which is why you'd have to be able to scramble the maze. Like we could have the people literally like mapping things out at the table, and then and you've got your map, but if they get wiped, then you've got another map, so that their map doesn't make sense anymore because they don't have that map anymore. You know what I mean?
I like it a lot. I would play that campaign with you. I think there has to be, you have to figure out some soft magic. I like the idea of having to hide stuff. You'd have to have a mechanic for when the witch or when the Nixie's coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that can let you take risks. And then if you do get caught, you lose all of that equipment.
Yeah. But
there's still the equipment that you have in the, I don't know, bag of holding that you have under your bed or whatever, however you want to.
Yeah. I think there's got to be a reason that it's hard for her to wipe them. Like that's why she doesn't do it every. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't quite settle on a mechanic for that.
Well, yeah, that I understand. You don't want to wipe them every day, anyways, because then you gotta. It's like, have you ever started a new job?
Yeah, I want to train somebody else.
You got to train them on how you like your coffee. You got to train them on all these sorts of things. Like, no, don't sharpen the axe, Jesus. I think you got a good idea there to start. I think there's a way you could wipe experience and equipment for that session between when like maybe there's a save button or what.
Yeah,
if you want to go Rick and Morty with it, but that was fun though. No, I would I think work on that. I would play that.
Yeah, I think it would be neat
campaign. But all right, well, do you have anything else?
I do not.
Okay, well, if you don't have anything else and I don't have anything else, I think we can call it on Grim Story 79, the Water Nixie. Till the next time and the next tale, may you dream sweet dreams of today's sponsor, doing your chores. And when you get sick of that, our other sponsor, running away from your problems. So have a good night.
Cheers to that.
Sleep tight.
The Brothers Dim podcast is written by the Brothers Dim. Recording engineering is done by Mike and sound editing and mastering by Phil. Brothers Dim podcasts are copyrighted by the Brothers Dim and available at brothersdim.com, on Blue Sky at Brothers Dim, and wherever you get your podcasts.